So welcome back. Hey friends, this is our last live session. Can you believe it? Steph, how you feel? You good? You feeling good, Steph?
It's bittersweet.
You know what? That is a good way to describe it. Typically, I'm always like, whatever, dude, let's get this thing over with. But you all, I got a lot of love for y'all. I got a lot of love for y'all. So it is a little bit bittersweet. So let's do a refresh just the last time, get ourselves oriented back into the room. Christian, please be careful while you're driving your car. Keep your eyes on the road, your ears open. Keep your eyes on the road, man. We don't want no accidents happening here. All right.
I'm parked.
I feel like,
I'm all good.
okay, cool. All right, so I feel like, Cara, this should be me and you. Yeah, we got this. What do you think? Can we do this?
All right, let's go again.
I
Let's see
feel
how
like we
long
can
it
do
lasts this
it.
time.
I'm feeling all the vibes. I'm feeling all the vibes right now. We can do this. Okay, this class is called digital marketing. Yeah. What is digital?
Ones and zeros.
Ones and zeros, exactly. Ones and zeros. But what makes digital so powerful? What makes these zeros and ones so powerful?
Utilizing the network and how they're all connected.
They facilitate the network. Exactly. Facilitating the network, right? So digital is the facilitation of the network. Now, what is marketing?
Bringing your product to market.
Hello, you over here killing. Boom, 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 boom. Killing, yes. Bringing your product to market, right? So digital is facilitation of the network and marketing is going to market. So digital marketing is the act of going to market through the facilitation of the network. Yes, these zeros and ones. And how do we use these zeros and ones? What are those three things, three levers we can pull to use the zeros and ones?
APIs, sensors
Yep.
and triggers, and the cloud.
Oh, she is killing today. Boom, 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 boom. That's right. Open data, APIs, sensor triggers, and the cloud. Now, why do we do all this stuff? Why do we use all these things? Why do we go to market? What is the core function of marketing?
This is where I dropped off last time, but it is to make people move.
Boom. Oh, look at you. You're on fire right now. You cannot miss. Look at you. You're like the Joker. You're like Djokovic. You can't miss. You're in there. Exactly. So marketing is going to market. And we go to market to get people to adopt behavior, get people to buy, to sample, to research, to share, to watch, to get people to move. And what's most likely to get people to move? Not the advertising, but what?
Influencers, AKA your friends and family.
Our people. Exactly. Our influencers. I like to put it, our influencers, also known as our friends and family, because those are the real influencers. We're most influenced by our people, our networks of people. And we use the technology to facilitate our networks of people, using social networking platforms, for instance, to connect us, right? And that together we create greater things. First of all, give it up for Kara. That was amazing. Look at you. It was a phenomenal job. You have redeemed yourself, my friend. Well done. Right. And that's kind of the ta-da of this course. It's not about the technology, it's about the people. And that might be disappointing for some of you. It might be. And for that, I say, sorry, not sorry. The truth is that this is where the opportunity lies for us. Our ability to leverage the technology in an effort to get people to move. Right. And the better we understand the people, the more likely we are to leverage the technology, right? And we use these technologies to help people get their jobs done, their functional job, their emotional job, and their social job, the alchemy of which constitutes what people value, what people care about. When the emotional job, the social job, and the functional job gets done, it increases perceived value and people are more inclined to move. So we use those technologies and helping people get their jobs done by, one, demonstrating that we know who they are, not by demographics, but who they really are as human beings. Then we use the technology to actually remove those points of friction like we did last week, identify the points of friction that people experience and remove them on behalf of the brand. And then we do it in a way that feels magical. Wow, how did you know that? Wow, how did you predict that was going to happen? That is a magical thing. And when that happens, we can't help ourselves but to share it with other people. And it's our credence in what we share that increases the likelihood that people continue to share it, as we talked about with the Contagion Cookbook, right? So we use the data to identify that we know who these people are, help them get their jobs done by relieving points of friction, then do it in a way that feels magical. You with me? Yes? Yes, yes, with me. Yes, 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 yes. I'm seeing everybody. Awesome, perfect. Like, that's what we've been on, right? That's what we've been on up until this time. So there's a quick reflection for you. You can put this to paper, and maybe we'll actually have you drop it in the chat for us. Quick reflection. Sum up your biggest learning from the course in a tweet. So if you're going to write a tweet to sort of capsize your biggest learning in the course, what would that tweet be? And let's pull up the chat so we can look at what some of these tweets are. Let's see if Elon Musk will approve of these tweets. People move people. That's actually a bar, Henry. Who knew Henry was an MC? Dropping bars. People move people. And he's right. People move people. The advertising, the marketing communication sort of sends a signal, but what actually gets people to move is our people. Henry beat me to it. There you go. Digitalization for marketers is likely higher order than automation for engineers. Oh, okay. Satya, unpack that one for me. I like that. Unpack that one for me.
The other day we were talking about automation in our industry, automotive industry, but I was able to connect how digital and leveraging network would be higher order than just automating a machine.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So digital 2.0 greater than digital 1.0. This is all really, really good stuff. Brands identify points of friction and relieve them. Marketing is all about getting people to move. Yeah, this is great. This is awesome. And this is what we're after. That these things are all about people. The better we understand people, the more inclined we are to get people to move, especially when we understand their jobs to be done. We understand what they're trying to go after, which leads to the question here. How will we know what people care about? Considering people are heterogeneous, how do we know what will matter to folks? Well, of course, we ended off our conversation last week talking about what we talk about today, research. All right, Parth had a really good point when we talked about how brands tap into the network versus how people tap into the network, that we use information to understand these things. And research is the way by which we systematically glean said information. Market research, right? This is an organized effort to gather information about people, starting with who they are. Now, typically, we rely on these forms of primary market research. We do some interviews, we do some questionnaires, some surveys. We saw focus groups done with Clay Christensen and his team with McDonald's. But I have to express my bias here. This is my bias, but I'll be honest. I think that self-reported data sucks. I think it sucks. And I'm going to try to convince you on this. Rachel, I know you're a tough crowd, so winning you over is going to be a tough one. But let me at least attempt to convince you on why I think that self-reported data is flawed. And here's one of my favorite examples of this. Some research was done. They asked people, they got on the phone and asked people, how often do you wash your hands after you go to the restroom? So of course, when they called people and asked them this question, people were indignant. Like, how can you ask me such a question? I wash my hands all the time. So much so that 94% of people say they wash their hands after they go to the restroom. That is what people self-reported. And the idea about self-reporting is you expressing what you're likely to do, what you have done, and why you do it. Right? You with me, Rachel? You with me? Yeah? All right, cool. So they asked people, said 94% of people said they wash their hands every time they go to the restroom. So they said, well, let's go observe people, not go to the bathroom, but observe people after they use the restroom to see if they wash their hands. So they went to some high traffic airports to observe people after they use the restroom to see just how sanitary their hand washing practices are. Well, you'd probably be surprised, Rachel. You're probably not, actually. That people are liars, flat out liars, right? If you are in San Francisco, yuck, ugh, right? What's happening here is that people report to do one thing, but actually do something different.